Hey, y'all, come on in. You're here on a good day.
We are hitting the high seas today with Noble Otter.
It's a beautiful morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
But on Wednesdays and Saturdays,
we are the Barbershop Duet.
Hey, y'all, come on in. Thank you for finding our little barbershop. If you happen to be here during one of the live premieres on YouTube, why, come on in the live chat. Meet the Whiff Pack. Cool group of friends hanging out from all over the world. They'd love to meet you too.
They would. And for our mention today, Marcus would like to talk about the Magic Candle Company.
Y'all, they create a line of products with scents that homage famous Disneyland attractions. And I am on a quest to find that most perfect Pirates of the Caribbean bromine-infused water scent from the ride that we love so much. And y'all, they have got us covered. The first one is called Pirate's Life.
Here are the scent notes. Damp ocean air, fresh rain, salty sea breezes.
Now, hold on a second. We have a second batch coming from another company in New Jersey that is actually supposed to have the bromine, actually supposed to have the mildew, like the real stuff. This is more of an inspired scent that uses florals and musks and other things, along with some of those more earthier scents. So you get more of an imaginative hotel lobby version of Pirates of the Caribbean. But I'm not saying they're wrong. What do you get from there?
Yeah, it's a little bit prettier. Like, I think you're on more of the restaurant side at the end of the ride for this one.
And it could for sure be the ride, but it could also be the lobby of the hotel. It's kind of that kind of thing. And then the other one is called Pirates Auction. What's
here
this
are the
one?
scent notes. Dark water, damp moss, burning embers, cedar, sandalwood, myrrh, amber, and frankincense. This one's a little more smoky to me.
And this is a little bit more of an artist conception of that auction scene. You know, the one, we want the redhead, that one. Way prettier, way more floral, way more beautiful, musky, a Calvin Klein version of what the ride would smell like. But they are lovely, and I am told that our soap today might also take us out on the high seas for a bit of that Pirates of the Caribbean sense. But we will know when we meet it. All right, y'all, from the sales page at nobleotter.com.
Avast Jack Tar, Plunder be what you're looking... You gotta read this.
Avast, Jack Tar! Plunder be what you're looking for. You have to be able to handle the smoke from the cannons during our sea battles around the Caribbean, to be sure. Slight bay rum elements and heavy on the wood smoke. Plunder be not for the light-hearted. Only a true buccaneer can handle her. This is a group buy for a small run of Plunder. Once sold out, we will not produce any more.
All right, y'all, do we get this treasure out of the box?
What's in the box? All right, y'all, full disclosure, we missed out on this.
We did.
We were very sad. We slept on it, and it was gone. But luckily, our friend Michael McFarlane of the Latherbound channel was able to find one for us, and he didn't even soak me on it. He just charged me the price he found.
Such a good guy.
He could have marked that up through the roof. Thanks, buddy. Now, I am told that there might be another little surprise.
What did he do?
Hiding in here. Let's see. Oh, there's what we have come to see today, y'all. And look at that label. Is that not
Of course.
beautiful?
Oh, it's a full set.
There is the matching splash.
Holy
Are there
moly.
any better labels in the entire wet shaving world? I don't know.
It even still has the wrap
It's
on there.
brand new. Thank you, buddy.
Wow.
Okay, wait.
What's in here?
Oh,
A treasure.
a treasure. Indeed, and a new artisan to us, and an extremely
Holy
luxurious
moly.
soap. Look at this.
Wow.
Y'all, we have heard stories told about the ethos
goodness.
soaps. Oh, I can't wait for this episode.
You have outdone yourself,
Oh my
sir.
God, I don't know what we did to deserve that, but thank you so much, buddy. Maybe I have to shoot that one after
Yeah.
this.
Time to go visit some pirates.
Y'all, we're leaving Lafitte's Landing far behind us and heading towards some waterfalls. Come along.
Is that a skull and crossbones on the label? I kind of think that is. The little black part, don't you think?
All right, I always let her on the boat first. I think you should have the first impression. See what
Okay.
you think. Take it
Let's
in.
see. Ho, ho, ho.
Excited
Wait.
about this one.
This could be anything.
I know. Everything from bar to tunes and spoons is going on at Noble Otter. You kid, batters up.
This is a brave one, I have to say, but it's not trying to be anything it's not. I get why people could say that this is close to the Pirates ride. There's a little bit of like a damp air, not musky, not, in a bad way, but it just has that like foggy kind of hue of like a fog machine when you're coming in. Somehow it's kind of living in that zone for me. And then it doesn't go as dark as I thought it would. There's pretty parts in there, but I feel like as I was turning the tub, I was getting whiffs of as the ride's going through. Like there were just fun parts of it, and then there were kind of the creepier, scarier parts, and then there's like I feel adventurous part. There's a lot.
Yo!
It kind of uses like the more intriguing, interesting, off-kilter florals. Like I can tell they're clean, but they're also not. Like they're kind of creepy at the same time.
Right.
I'm not quite getting Southern Witchcraft vibes. Like, it's not that dark or dry.
Gotcha.
This has more life in it, but it's done in that creepy lens, y'all.
Walt Disney did not live long enough to ride Pirates of the Caribbean. He just missed it. But if you watch Disneyland's 10th anniversary on YouTube, you know what they did for him? They made a mock-up of the entire ride, and they put it at 5 feet, 5 inches tall, so that when he was walking through it, his eyes would be exactly where they would be on the boat.
I was digging for the bay rum, and y'all, I can't really find it, but the spices in here kind of give a vibe of the back entrance of like the liquor side, less of the spices of the bay rum side. Like I'm not really getting the bay leaf necessarily of it, but it's kind of the deconstructed parts. When you get to that island in Pirates of the Caribbean and everyone's just having way too good of a party, it's kind of throwing me in that direction.
Right.
But in a good way. Like it really is not shying away from that rugged side of pirate life. There's kind of this color in my mind, and I'm not sure why it's a bright, clean color. Like I really thought we were going dark and dank and kind of smoky on that side.
Right.
But there's something kind of as like the oxymoron side kicking in.
Well, this is awesome because Sapphire Bay, which we just covered,
Right.
had a lot of bay, but no rum. This might be the opposite.
It's an adventure.
Well, that makes sense. Where's the rum going? It's gone into this one.
I have to say, we've never smelled anything like this.
Ooh.
And we're almost up to 800 soaps, y'all. But there is something different about this, and I can feel where some people would dive into the boat and want to hang out all day. And I can see where other people might run. It
Gotcha.
could be one of those polarizing scents, but I think for us, it's more of an intriguing, like going on an adventure because we've never smelt anything like this kind of scent.
When my mom got Alzheimer's, she asked us to take her to Disneyland one last time. And the funny thing is, she was always afraid of the waterfall on Pirates of the Caribbean. Like for her, that was as high adventure as it gets. This trip, she was like, is that all there is? Take me on the roller coaster. I want to go upside down.
Yeah, she was kind of bummed she didn't get wet enough.
She forgot her fear first. Thank God.
There's something in like a skin tone kind of vibe.
Oh.
I don't know how that's happening, but that's the color I think I'm getting.
Little like timber silk Paganini's violin kind of thing?
Yeah, but not so pretty.
Gotcha.
It kind of is like the morbid part of where the pirates become human for a second, and then they all kind of die. There's something about, it's not the dead pirate version, it's the living pirate version.
It's ISO-y super duper.
Although, I think as soon as you take a whiff of this, you're gonna get a completely different experience. Like, that's what I meant by an oxymoron. Like, I feel like every scent note kind of moves as soon as you find it. Like, you just can't find where they click, but I think that's the fun of it.
Right.
I'm even more intrigued to know the scent notes. I'm really trying not to look at the label because I don't know what I would say. Like, part of me is like, it's definitely those rugged florals. Then it's the bay rum, not bay rum part for me. And then it's not quite smoky, but it's foggy.
Right.
So it doesn't go like aquatic pretty. All of the stereotypical things you could do going into the Pirates Land, it is not those. I do get more of the gunpowder. It has not gone off yet.
Okay.
I don't think the cannons have exploded.
Right.
I think we're getting ready for battle. We haven't quite hit it, but it's like the gunpowder just stays on you because you've used it. Like it doesn't have like the actual burnt portion for me.
Right.
Which almost could go a little more Haunted Mansion for some reason.
Right. You know the joke about the pirate with the hook and the peg leg standing at the bar and the guy says, hey, how'd you lose your leg? He says, well, I was lighting a cannon and it went off and I lost my leg. Well, how'd you lose your hand? Well, I was lighting a cannon and it went off and I lost my hand. Well, how'd you lose your eye? Oh, well, see, a seagull was flying over me and I looked up and it left a dropping right there in me eye. And the guy said, that caused you to lose your eye? No, that was the first day I had me hook.
I don't know how, but there's like a clean side to the gunpowder.
Right.
Like if you could take a talky kind of thing and turn it gray, Like somehow it's living in that land. I don't know if it's the base of the soap that's cleaning it up, but somehow it's tweaking what I think gunpowder should be. So it doesn't have leather or other things that are usually thrown in with it.
Could this be a pirate's barbershop? You said powder.
I don't know if it quite gets clean enough.
Okay.
Maybe before they finish their whole appointment?
Oh.
All right, I think it starts off with something intriguing, kind of lighter, approaching the floral side. It could be citrus, something a little cleaner. Brings you in. Then it takes you past that to the rum, in to the gunpowder, if I had to give some scent notes-ish.
That kind of describes the ride.
Oh, maybe.
Right? You start in the blue bayou.
Yeah,
right?
all nice.
In the future, and there's the house that goes by, and then you go down the waterfall, traveling through time back to the time when the pirates invaded. All right, here we go. Taking it in.
All right.
Oh, y'all, I'm not sure how I would know, but there is a noble otter olfactory fingerprint in there. So if you do like the level of luxury that they generally present, that's the depth of perfuming that's happening here. Funny thing, I'm getting more of a clean night air scent out at sea with all of that tumultuous stuff going on under its surface, which again is a perfect metaphor for the ride. Hold on. Yeah, it's done with woods, spices, and gunpowders, and it's underneath a layer of sweetness that is just indicative of clouds after sunset. And this then goes down into some adventures. Now, it doesn't get rugged. I don't even get like patchouli kind of stuff out of this, or tobacco, or even anything that golden brown and rich. It stays on the lighter sides, which really lets the gunpowder and the other resins and things be noticed in this balance. Hold on. That's wild. Because now that night sky, that clean floral sense is gone. Mm-hmm. I don't know if my nose has been like conditioned to go blind to that first layer of notes so that I can go down the waterfall. But this is wild. I feel like I just went down the waterfall because now I'm getting the smoke. Now I'm getting the darker stuff. Whoa.
That's what I meant by it just keeps moving.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't pin
Hold
down what
on.
I was getting.
Woo.
It's an adventure.
If it were one molecule sweeter, I would get a barber powder. And so I'm getting everything about like talc that's more earthy and more chalky onto the surface of this as part of the clean part. I remember taking the Disney cruise to Nassau and going to the Pirate Museum in the Bahamas, and they have some examples of super old wood that the pirates used to use in their ships. And this kind of has that dry, centuries old, decaying wood sense to it, to where it's almost clean again.
That's a good way to explain. Instead of using the word rugged, I would put that in instead.
And if you could imagine this, and I think this is why it gives me a Disney sense, the gunpowder almost meets with something cinnamic under the surface, something a little bit gourmandy.
Maybe that's part of the bay rummy kind of thing.
That's where the rum's
Spices.
gone. It's a rum spice. Right. I went to Tortuga, had a rum cake for me old man, and then Key West had that frozen key lime pie on a stick. Okay, 3 frozen key lime pies on a stick. And y'all, if you've ever been on that ride, you know that somehow when those cannons go off and you are smelling the fire smoldering ember effect, it's real to your nose. It takes you there, but there's also a beauty to it. There's also a sweetness to it, so that it's not the real squinchy scent. It's something that hits a nostalgic place in your soul, like looking at a Norman Rockwell painted version of a pirate ship. And then I guess here's the last part of it for me. I have to amend a former statement. It doesn't get very sweet at all, and at the very bottom, I am sensing something pretty rugged, and in the patchouli resinous family, I'm sensing a tiny, tiny wisp of birch tar at the very, very bottom of this.
More like the jail cell scene. Like there's just nothing around but like that wet cementy kind of like it's been there for a while.
And a giant distinction. This is not like this at all. This can't even see this.
Nope.
These are about sweets and imagination. This is like a watercolor painting. This is a Norman Rockwell realist painting. Those edges are still there.
It's less crowd pleasing. Like that's not the point of it. It's trying to literally be Plunder. That's its only goal.
It's not Aventus. There's a little green note to it, but I think that's to keep it in more of the natural lane so it doesn't go soapy, if that makes sense. Because it does not go soapy.
But doesn't it keep moving on you? Like you
Yes.
find one part and then something else shows up and you find one that goes away.
And a little bit of that diesel hit that we found in Fahrenheit a while back. I don't know how they do that. Presto from Barrister and Mann had a little bit of that diesel hit.
Yeah.
Too. That's in there. It's fumey. It's fumey.
I think that's almost like the rugged side of the floral I was getting. Maybe that's how it's creating
Right.
it.
And Barbosa just has a little flower on his lapel. That's it. But it's there.
Right.
It's there. But it's midnight.
I honestly have no idea what the scent notes could be. We're guessing pretty good.
Right.
But
Let's take a look and build you a lather. We recently did an interview with Noble Otter on our Instagram channel, and it will be here on YouTube soon, where they were talking about their outliers, the ones that they don't expect to be crowd pleasers, but that they want to experiment with and put out there for the ones that really do like those kind of scents. Well, kind of like Batters Up, and for some reason, Tunes and Spoons was on that list for me.
yeah, but they tell a story, and I do feel like this is not trying to be anything but what this title is.
All right, back to the sales page at nobleotter.com. We start with notes of...
Okay, I'm just reading the first two. We're going to stop there. We have Bay and Grog.
The drink? The grog from the Steins? In northern Germany, grog is a classic winter drink from East Frisia made of rum, sugar, and water, and heated to a boiling point.
Now we know.
Makes perfect sense to me.
So it's not that it's not sweet, but I think the bay next to it almost makes it less sweet, like almost the natural spices of the bay. Maybe that's the fogginess that we're getting. It's just totally done in a different way.
And then, spice.
You get to pick.
Something leafy, something a little tiny bit reminiscent of what's hiding under Old Spice. Might be in here a little bit with a tiny bit of the rose from Barbershop.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
There you go. You said someone's flower on their lapel.
I did.
So,
but those are sort of eclipsed by the rest of what's happening in here, because then we get lime, a blast of citrus. That's what's giving me the outdoors. Grapefruit. That's what keeps it not sweet, because there is that bitter, sort of sour edge to the citruses in this. But these are your cloud cover. I think the vetiver and the cannon smoke have a way of casting a dark shadow over this entire thing. They're the last thing you find when you take your first whiff, but they're the first thing you find on every subsequent whiff. How'd you do that? It's like once you go on the ride and you know what it is,
right?
That's what you expect, but your first whiff, like your first trip to the track, is a magical experience.
I'm still curious as a perfumer. How do you know when this scent is done? Because this is something that I feel like we've never smelled before. Like the way the strategy of how these are intersecting really creates the adventure side of it. Like I feel like the bay, the lime, and the vetiver could be on a whole different adventure. Right. Add in the grog into the cannon smoke, and just how the other natural sweeter things still don't make it completely clean. Like something still pulls against it.
And I'm noticing that the perfumers I love put an edge into their scents that I, as an amateur perfumer, would want to like shave off to make it more crowd pleasing.
Yeah.
No. These are where the risks are being taken. My nose does hit something hard and wooden and green and a little bit grassy and smoky in this. And here's what's cool. The cannon smoke is not a note I recognize from anything else. And we've probably got 50 soaps with smoke in them in some form.
This is different.
Yeah, and it's not oody. It's not sweet like gunpowder. It's real cannon smoke. This was as piratey as I could muster. This is my Pellegrino brush from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements and my Captain's Choice Copper Bowl. These are handmade and extraordinary. This ties with my HC&C bowl for my favorite and most functional shaving bowl. Our wooden sticks from Amazon so we don't contaminate. Soap, and that's gonna, it's nice and soft, go right here into the ridges.
I don't know if I would have known that was rose. I knew it was a floral, but the way that it's in here, it's kind of like a boozy rose.
I almost get it as like a crushed velvet in rose color, that kind of thing. And we've got some squalls at sea. We're going to add some rainwater to this. I used to think somehow they crammed that entire ride into that building or like put it underground somewhere between that building and the rivers of America. No, you know where that ride actually is? Do you know why you have to go down a waterfall? They have to get you underneath the railroad tracks so they can jet you out to a building in the parking lot where the actual ride of pirate... Oh, don't take my word for it. Look. All right, step one. I'm just going to move the soap from the ridges up onto the bristles. I don't want to build a lather yet. I don't want bubbles yet. And even when I start adding water, drops at a time, I want to control the size of the bubbles in my lather. Once they're too big, it's kind of hard for me to go back home again. Just a few circles clockwise, a few counterclockwise. The Jerry Plessy maneuver, just go ham on it, back and forth a little bit. And every 30 seconds, turn the brush in your hand. Give the bristles a new orientation to come with that soap with. That is an invention of the Barbershop Duet and everybody else who figured it out before we did. I think I grabbed this because those are definitively Haunted Mansion colors, and you can't go on Pirates of the Caribbean at Disneyland without immediately following it with a trip to the Haunted Mansion. They're like 8 steps apart. That one's also in the parking lot. Indiana Jones was built over the old Dumbo section of the parking lot, and when you look up when you're in the projection room, one of the signs from the parking lot still exists. And the single greatest ingredient for building a fantastic lather we have discovered is time. Give it a few minutes and let the aromatherapy envelop you as the scent comes into its full form. I listen to audiobooks. I've been making my way through Stephen King. Did you know Misery and The Shining are in the same universe? There's a part where Annie Wilkes mentions the Overlook and how it, well, spoilers, blew up. And y'all, look at this. This is one of my favorite bases in the wet shaving world. I know we never talk about lather.
Never.
Here in the Barbershop Duet, but y'all, what do you want? And this is something you'll only find here in the Barbershop Duet. This is the Thurl Ravenscroft whiff. On 3, 1, 2. That's wild. Hold on. This is more in the batters up lane of things, but
barely
it's
on the cusp.
in a way that is feeding my soul.
You have to be a little brave to go on the roller coaster, so I see why it works. Do you remember where you heard someone saying this reminded them of the Pirates ride?
About 4 different people in like their shave of the day posts and things like that, and then just talking to a few folks. Woo!
Got it.
I wonder if that was their inspiration, because this very much could still smell like the Pirate Museum in Nassau. It could smell like a lot of other pirate stuff. I think it's just the charm level that keeps leading me back to Disney.
But it is brave. It's not trying to be the complete crowd pleaser, which I'm enjoying.
And much like Disney, it smells expensive. And we don't do shaving here in the Barbershop Duet, but we love watching our Latherbound channel where Michael does do shaving. And we wanted to show you what this lather looks like when it coats.
Holy moly.
Somebody making out. I'm going to get a little bit near my nose and see what this is. Oh. This is like shaving below decks on a pirate ship. This is awesome.
Which is kind of funny because we all know that pirates do not actually shave, which makes this even better.
Oh, yeah. I would have been the dreaded pirate no beard. See, that's what I mean by adventures. Tunes and Spoons, I really feel like I'm getting ready to watch Pee Wee Herman when I was 12 years old on Saturday morning. This really makes me feel like I'm below decks on a pirate ship in the Caribbean.
It's very real, which I think is the brave part of it.
Well, the same way that if you really did play baseball, batters up nailed it. That is exactly what it smells like to be on the field during a game. It's not the popcorn, candy, and hot dogs from the stands. This is the same thing for pirates. You want a little bit of this?
I kind of do.
Your moneymaker?
I'm feeling brave.
I remember the original ride version of Pirates of the Caribbean. It pretty much still existed in the very early 80s. I understand the changes, but it's cool that I got to see the original. All right, y'all. Well, there is a second waterfall, so we can take this down a little bit deeper.
We lucked out. I can't believe it still has the wrapping on it.
Oh, yo, ho. All right, taking this in. A little shake. We don't have enough Noble Otter splashes.
That's true.
I really want to get Tunes and Spoons. All right, here we go. A little something here and chin chin. Oh, the citrus.
Yep,
citrus
there it
is crazy. The grapefruit's shipping out, and it's not tart. It's kind of sweeter.
And I'm getting the bay bringing me in. Okay.
Wow. The rumminess, the spices from within, like a Captain's Morgan rum. You're a little bit here. Hi.
I don't think there's actually menthol in here, but somehow it
I was about to say that. Nope, there's a mint. There is something in here. You caught it the same moment I did. Wait a minute.
Cold
give it a second.
fog,
right,
you know?
Give it a second.
Is this our first splash from Noble Otter? Thanks, Michael. I guess we need to just be pushed in.
This is more gourmandy. I'm getting less of the smoke. I'm getting none of the tar. Ooh.
I actually saw that there was an EDP that came out with this, and now I totally get that.
This is different. This doesn't have the drier, grassier parts in it for me.
And me as a big Bayrum fan,
right.
I'm definitely leaning towards this splash way more than I was expecting.
The mint adds a sweetness. Wait.
I know. Hold on.
Menthol in there.
Please hold. Yes! Menthol crystals! We are not crazy.
Well, we're friends with Barry Bedford. You can't get menthol past us. We have Choco Caliente Inferno. I'm still feeling that. This is more of the hotel lobby.
Yeah.
So this is beautiful. This is rugged and real.
This'll leave you for the rest of the day. The good news is if you have the splashes, you're finished. When you're walking by, people won't actually think they're smelling a pirate going by, you know?
I have a theory. This is Jack Sparrow. That's Will Turner, right?
Yep. I think it's the grog. That's the sweeter gourmandy side, the sugary thing.
There it is, burnt sugar. So it's pretty simple, y'all. Just be Elizabeth and Captain Jack Sparrow marooned on an island in the Caribbean that would someday in real life become Disney's Castaway Key. And just about the time you find those trapdoors and figure out where the rum's gone, you're gonna get your own.
So head over to nobleotter.com where you'll find this and a bunch of other cool stuff.
Well, I've had my shave, y'all, with Plunder. Very much like my first experience with hot and sour soup. At first, my nose was just trying to figure it out and how all those pieces went together. But later on that night, I just started to crave it. And y'all, in one of my favorite bases in the wet shaving world, absolutely slick, easy to make, but it has just enough texture or like a tiniest bit of grit so that my razor blade doesn't just skim over the tiniest stubble. It has a way of getting up and under it. And I love my Noble Otter shaves more and more every one I have. Thank you so much, and we will be back soon. Hey, welcome to Messages.
So for our April giveaway, we wanted to give you a chance to get a $25 gift card to Noble Otter.
Yeah, y'all, and all you have to do to be eligible for this giveaway is send us an email. Here to we set you at thebarbershopduet.com so we can get back to you. It's the only way we communicate about our giveaways, and then check back here on our first May episode to see if you are our lucky winner. I'm shook at how different these are, but I love how perfectly they complement
I would
each other.
agree.
I know Gentleman's Nod formulates the soap and the splash a little bit differently. A few other artisans do as well. I think that's happened here, and I adore it. And y'all, we recently cracked open our Noble Otter playing cards in preparation for our reviews of the card series. Jack, Joker, Queen, King, Ace, coming soon, and Michael McFarlane. You have our sincere gratitude. Thank you for having our backs and grabbing this for us when you saw it. We are grateful, and it will be a treasured member of our Outliers collection.
And we'll have a new episode with our first Ethos soap coming up soon, thanks to you. Don't forget your next appointment with the Barbershop Duet.
We're so lucky that everyone's going to smell better just watching this.